Hello boys and girls, and welcome to our next math lesson. Now our lesson that we had just before this one, you were starting your own measuring to see how tall or long some objects were. Now to do that, you had cubes that were already in the picture and were already there for you. Next lesson, we're going to be doing some of our own measuring with objects that are around our house. So today we're going to talk about what some of our rules or instructions are for doing our measuring with non-standard tools. That means maybe I can measure how many paper clips something is long, or how many post-it notes, or all different tools that we can use to measure our objects. So to do that, we have 3 ideas or rules that we always want to remember to make sure our measurement is right. So we have some examples up here, and I need your help to figure out, well, which one is showing us the best way to measure. So tip number 1 we have up here says, when I'm measuring, make sure there's no overlaps or gaps. Okay, so take a look. I measured our caterpillar here with some post-it notes. I measured one here. Which one looks like it's following this measuring tip? This one, look at that. I see the post-its overlap here. There's a big gap. This one is definitely not following our measuring instruction. So that one is the X. And take a look at this one. All my post-it notes are lined up all together. None of them are overlapping, and there's no gaps between them. This one was done nicely. There we go. All right. Our next tip says that when we measure, we need to go end to end. Now that means I have to go from the start of the object all the way to the end, from end to end. So looking up here, which one of these pencils did I measure correctly? Both of them say that they're 3 post-it notes long, but the pencils are different sizes. So one of them I didn't do quite right there. I'm going to see. The end of this pencil starts here. Oh, but my post-it notes aren't there. It also ends all the way down here, and look at all this space. I did not go end to end with this pencil. So this one is not end to end. But looking here, the end of my pencil starts with my post-it notes and it ends there as well. This one looks great. And our last measuring tip says, use the same size tool. Now this reminds me, I have a connection to when we were doing our capacity unit. We said that whatever tool we choose, we have to make sure it's the same size. Now, measuring these cars up here, I use post-it notes the whole time. But which one is using the same size tool? Well, this one, look at that. I have 3 post-it notes. That's how long our car is. And they're all the same size post-it note. This one looks fantastic. Now my car over here, well, I use post-it notes the whole time, but they're different sizes. So when I say this car is 4 post-it notes long, it's not quite right because, well, I don't know what size post-it notes they are. My number would be different if I was using different sizes. So this one is the same tool, but they're not the same size. So it doesn't look quite right with that one. There we go. All right. So boys and girls, I'm going to take a picture of our Anchor chart board here and add it up into our assignment, because now it's your turn to see and look at someone's measuring. There's a Google form attached to this, and somebody also measured a pencil. It shows how they laid out their cubes to do it, and you have to say if their measurement is right, yes or no, and then tell me why. Make sure you look back at our Anchor chart to give some examples of why it was done correctly or why it wasn't. All right, so this will be added on to our assignment. Make sure you give great examples and see if that person measured our pencil correctly. All right, boys and girls, good luck and have fun.